I'm on.
Hey, Gwen. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was here. I don't know what happened. I can use Skype, but
yeah. And there's Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Can you hear us, Sandra? Um,
Hello.
oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay.
there's Sandra. Hello, my dear.
And Lowell's on too.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're here.
Is Don going to join us or?
John is here too.
Okay. All right. Well, we're all here.
Okay. Well, thank
I'm
you.
so sorry because I thought everything was all set up and I had Skype on. I don't know what's happening. I'll have to figure that out later.
Okay. Well, Larry's got a. No, I guess you don't have all that group coming. That was yesterday when I thought I was.
Oh, yep.
Sandra, I thought I was one day ahead. So I thought yesterday was Wednesday, and I had this whole meeting set up for 4 o'clock, and I woke up.
Here's Don.
Yeah,
Don,
hi there.
get your picture in there.
Oh, dear Gussie.
Hey, Don.
Hi there.
Sandra, Lowell just wishes he lives where you did.
Yes, yeah. I said it was Wednesday and at your territory, but not mine.
It's
Okay,
Thursday.
I sent you out.
It's Thursday now. Oh,
Well,
dear.
I know, but that was yesterday. See, it was.
I'm all confused. I thought it was Sunday.
Oh, okay, all right. Forget that. All right, I sent you a letter.
Right.
And you have that, and so you should have all of the teaching faculty.
Yeah,
The
we have
final,
that.
We have.
final group of that, and then you have the letter, and I have made some suggestions
Well,
to
yes, yeah,
the
go.
survey.
Right. Here's the
Um,
suggestion.
So, uh, Larry, since you have the skills, and then the other thing at the end of this is a suggestion of what we should do. And so I'm trying to think in terms of time and get it done. I hope we can clarify and complete the survey, clarify it more, and even complete it if possible.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Then secondly, to decide whether we want to send this to Doughton or Paul or Glenn or somebody, and let them look at it and for further years. Third would be then for you guys to decide, and Larry's actually already started talking with Sandra. They started on point 3 since we couldn't find you guys.
I'm sorry. I was there and I was reading.
And then the last thing is to look at the list of teaching and then teachers, and then set a date which we should start this, and then add, if we need to make a change into the letter, to say in the letter, please have this survey back, or do we want to put it on the survey itself? Please complete the survey by, it would be helpful, or something like that. So those are the things I'd like to see done from my perspective. Anything you want to add to that or change?
Well, the only thing I might add is that how about putting it on, in the final form with the letter and everything, except just send it to Paul and us, so that it looks like it'll look, we are absolutely sure that it'll look what we want, that's all.
Okay, so that we could do that as the last thing, or when we
Last before we send it out.
yeah, do we send that? Yeah, okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Sandra, anything you want to add? Anything that that you think we need to cover today?
Let's see.
Hey, it's good to see you, kiddo.
Good to see you. Let's see. So what do you think, Larry? I mean, should we move to SurveyMonkey or?
That's a good question, yeah.
Well, it's what, $35 it would cost you a month. And you probably, how long do you think you'd have to keep it going? A couple of months maybe, or?
Well, I mean, that might be a good thing, because we're going to, we hope to do a second part of this, which is to survey our schools that were involved and get feedback from them.
Yeah.
So that we would do in, maybe in September or something like that.
The other question, Sandra, that I would have would be, I don't know anything about Google. I did use SurveyMonkey, but how good is it at slicing the data so you can, do
Yeah.
that and move things around and compare this with that? Is Google really good on that too?
You have to do it manually. I mean, there is a like an Excel type of thing,
Okay.
like Google spreadsheet, and if you know pivot table, then you can move it around and
Right. And I did use the pivot table
stuff like that.
on my dissertation. Yeah. So, if they've got that, you can probably cut up the data however you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry, you said if they have that, does that mean that the people that answer have to have pivot table on their?
No.
No.
The Google apparently supplies.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, it actually connected the responses to the spreadsheet, so it collected data to the spreadsheet, and then you can manipulate
yeah.
however you want.
Frankly, I'd like to start with maybe the best and then see if that's too much, and back down rather than kind of creeping into it. And just a thought.
Well, since I don't have any experience with anything other than SurveyMonkey, I don't know.
Just SurveyMonkey. I mean, start that.
I don't know any of these either.
No.
So Sandra, maybe you know more.
No, there's SurveyMonkey, and there is what is it called? Something else, Typeform, which is almost like SurveyMonkey, but it collected, for some reason you need another middleware called Zapier to transfer data. So I wouldn't go with Typeform.
Right.
So
like it's clear.
either SurveyMonkey or Google Form.
Okay. With SurveyMonkey, can we add the words? Like sometimes we have up to 300 word, responses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just did a little Google search here, and they listed, I think, 7 best survey tools, and they list SurveyMonkey, Typeform, Google Forms. Those are the top 3 that Sandra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's just stay with SurveyMonkey then. I guess that's.
Well, she's in Google Forms right now.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll leave it then.
If Google Forms has the same capacity to use the pivot and put the
Got it.
data
Well,
there.
we're in it. Use it. Yeah.
Does Google Forms have the charge per month that SurveyMonkey does?
Well, Google Form is free. So,
Very good.
Well,
Well, let's if I know Larry has used the other, but it sounds like it's so similar. It should, from a standpoint of the slicing and dicing that you were talking about, it's the same. They're using the same tool.
Well,
right.
when you said the cost, what does that cost cover now? Just one or the whole thing?
Well,
Yeah.
the SurveyMonkey, the free version, only has a very limited number of responses you can get, and even the limit on the number of questions, I think. So, but this one apparently, Sandra says, doesn't have that limit. So,
good, because we don't know.
yeah.
Okay, good enough.
Okay, so Sandra, we'll go then with the one that you're on right now.
Okay.
And and I think that's great. You've already embedded it. It can be embedded. It certainly is readable. in there. So that's good. And since the tools are basically the same, then the cost is, not a factor.
No, no.
Then let's go ahead with that. And that, I don't think that would impact. It wouldn't be any different as far as the Google goes worldwide, so it wouldn't have any impact as far as who could open it up and who would not.
Right.
Now, the only thing with Google Form that I noticed when I tried to open what you sent, Sandra, I needed a password. And
Yeah, that's
open your-
because that's because you're a collaborator.
Okay.
Well,
Just
no,
checking.
wait a
I just noticed I couldn't open up what you had just sent today. And
well,
Yeah. Well,
that way you can edit things. So,
okay, yeah. So
I did,
that's it. The collaborators can edit, and we wanted to protect this before it went out,
well, sure. No,
So
I
that-
agree.
so that we'd be able to do that. So
I should say one thing here. I think this Zoom that I opened up will have about 45 minutes. We can always open up another Zoom room, but we do.
right, I have one too, Larry.
Well, no, I can do mine again, but
Okay.
we will
Okay.
come to the end of this session, and I'll have to open up another one. So
okay, well let's let's move ahead. Okay, we're set on the platform that we're going to use.
Yep.
Now take my Larry. Could you put up the survey? Is that possible for you to put up the
you
survey?
want the survey itself, not your notes.
No, the survey up, and everyone can have. I can read the notes
Okay.
there,
Uh,
but you can see the survey. And
are you seeing that?
yeah, oh yes, very good.
Okay. So we'll go back up to the top here.
Up to the top. Okay. Yeah, these are not necessarily in order, but they were in order of a random thought, as Don says. I never do anything in order. So I started out with things that Don and I had talked about yesterday, and that's as random as you can get.
Well, can we start at the top here, or maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I love it.
So, but my notes don't start at the top.
I noticed.
and that's because Don and I had already talked about a little of these things that we wanted to do.
And you're about as random as you can get.
It'll help me to scroll if we.
Okay, let's.
From the top.
Is there any changes that need to be made on the page one, the first 3 or 4 questions?
My question would be, if I were looking at this, what does background data mean? If is there going to be something more here, or? But if I'm a respondent to the survey, I don't know if I'm supposed to type something in here.
Okay.
oh no. Larry, this is the edited version. So you're on an edit page.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You want
okay.
me over here then, or?
No, if it's if you're on the survey itself, you can select the preview here where there is an eye at the top on the banner.
On the banner here, or?
No, the top part. There is an eye,
Yeah.
kind of looking icon. The
Right there. Yeah, it's the third.
Third one over here, right?
Yeah,
here.
right there.
I thought you meant the letter I. Okay.
sorry.
So right.
Now we'll see. Okay.
Are you seeing it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. So, okay, here we go.
Okay. Your name, background data, your name. That
Yeah.
makes sense, right?
That does make sense. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We have the word other down here, which I like. And I added in the word, the 0 on some of these, because some might have not done anything and I don't want them to do one, I'd rather have a response. So if they
Right.
haven't done a formal course, that, you know, that's fine.
Are we passing on? I was going to even stop on name for a minute. Don't you want them to give their latest contact information and location or something like that?
No, I don't. We all have that. We have all the data. That we have all of their names. We have their emails.
Well,
Is that from this? Is that from your TOW teaching faculty survey data
Yes.
form?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just thinking verify, okay.
Okay. Okay. That would be. Maybe we could do that.
Yeah.
Verify the best.
Contact information.
Contact.
Yeah, that's there. Uh-huh.
Best email contact. I think we want.
Right.
People
Yeah.
keep changing that
Yeah.
in this world.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Very good. Good. Thank you.
Sandra's been coughing for a decade, and she's got a minor degree in coughing now.
Well, hey, be careful. Don't spread any germs.
Okay. So your answer, your name, and
Verify your,
Email.
verify via email. Right.
yeah, right. Something like that.
Our best email. Okay.
Best email, yeah. So, or appropriate.
Um,
Okay. Let's see. Okay, now. Website.
So that's 300 words motivated you to teach.
okay. Now that was, here's a general question. One of the questions down there is, do we want to use, so, I mean, it was 400 and we talked about 500. I'm thinking in terms of having to read 60 responses and all of these questions. Do we want it at 200 words? If it's 300 words, people sometimes can feel like, man, this is going to take forever.
My suggestion for two reasons. First of all, the reading of, the compiling of the results. But secondly, if you force people to say it in much fewer words, it's a discipline that's very good.
Okay.
So I would vote for even 100 words.
Okay. That was what my thought was after thinking through it. But
Yeah.
Well, talking about that just a little bit. Now, whenever we use, our analysis tools, wouldn't that rather simplify? It wouldn't be all that bad for them to go up to 200 words or something like that?
You can't use those in an analysis tool. Those are
No, word search. We can't go for a word search on it or something.
qualitative, and all you can do on the analysis, the spreadsheet is a quantitative. So
Yeah. Okay. I
Okay.
was hoping that for us. Yeah. Word search. Okay.
Like, well, for example, if I answered that, what motivated me to teach, would I say I was requested by this university to teach this?
I don't know what you would say, but that would be an answer.
By the way, I'm drinking a Coke, you guys, so don't get any crazy ideas.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to figure out what are and versus what regions. It might be out of a need. It might have been out of a search of it might have been out of a class like Larry's class.
for me, it's the big bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry.
Okay, yeah.
So I have no idea what the answer is, and I didn't pre-do this, to think in
Right.
terms of, I just don't know, and I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Well, I think 100 words is plenty sufficient to answer that question.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're not going to have a word search or anything like that. No, that's right.
Now, the other thing that I mentioned later, in a true AI perspective and evaluation, you would do oral interviews on this.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping that we would do at the end of this is to select 3 or maybe 6 or 10 of the best responses and do oral interviews to add oral content that we can actually tape and then embed the oral into the report. So they would actually get live stories. And if we did a website story, they could actually get at a conversation of 4 or 5 or 6 people on these answers.
See, it only be
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm still fussing around about the 100 words. I think.
100 words is like 8 lines.
That's too many.
No! I'm saying it's not enough. Well, hey, seriously, yeah.
But Larry is right. If you're forced to do it, in fact, at Fuller, I was graded down if I went over the word count.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm limited because I don't know enough words. So I would agree with Larry. I would agree with Larry. Let's make that 100 words.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's 3-1. It sounds like, but okay.
Okay, Sandra, do you want to make that change?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll do that. I can't do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Now, I underline what I was doing here with, or capitalize or black embolden with mustard seed grant funding. Another place without mustard seed grant funding.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
So I think if we can put those two words in bold letters,
I can't bold it. I can only capitalize it.
Okay.
Okay, capitalize.
Can you underline?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the formatting is pretty limited.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just so they don't get confused and say, "What? I just did this." They'll be able to see one is with, one is without.
Another thing that you could do, Sandra, would be to, up at the beginning of this, just say with MSF grant funding, colon, and then, just make that the very first part, and then colon, and then estimate the number of TOW courses in a formal.
Oh, that would be, yeah.
Yeah.
That would simplify it. Good editor.
Emphasize it by putting it first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that sounds good.
Does.
The next one would be without.
Yeah.
Up
Go
front,
ahead.
like
Go
that.
with that. Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay with those questions, though?
Well, the only thing, hey, yes, for me, but it's what I'm going to do with that data.
Well, what we're trying to figure out in this is we know how many people have gone through our courses
Yeah.
that have not, but we don't know how many courses have been done without funding.
That's correct. I do that. Yeah.
And we're trying to figure that out. I'm estimating that somewhere between 30 and 40% more courses have been done without funding than with funding.
But one of the things, Lowell, in that is that many of the participants taught TOW courses without funding.
Yes.
Should we ask for that? How many of your class participants may have teeth?
That's really hard to. That's hard for people to.
I understand.
That's good question. But
when we do the schools, when we ask them,
right,
then we can ask them at that point. Do you know of? How many of your students have actually put this into practice in courses or in preaching or whatever?
Right, because many of my students out of like Ghana Christian University actually taught it.
Yes.
And they didn't get grant funding, but they were so excited after even one grant, they just went on teaching it.
But a number of them are on now teaching for us.
Yes.
So when you look at the list of people from West Africa, you will find many of those came out of your classes.
My question now, I'm under the U.S., as is Larry and Don, and yet having taught in Myanmar, Africa, Guyana, etc. Does that matter?
You get to choose when you come into part one, part two, when you're going to talk about formal, you get to select one course in any part of the world that was the most important or the most significant course you've ever taught.
Okay.
And then you would put down West Africa, and then you'd put down the country that you taught it in, and then you'd fill it out.
I taught 5 or 6 most significant.
If you-
Oh, stop it. Hey, okay,
do you have that with husbands too, 5 or 6,
believe me.
or did you select one?
She's got one rat. That's me. Hey, I do have a very important question, though. You know, when I'm looking at this, I remember it in particular, like the at St. Louis, the Assembly of God. There,
Yes.
after we taught that, it became almost immediately being taught then for all the classes there. I mean, it was a significant jump
Right.
where it became an integral part.
And one of the questions that you'll have in this course, in this survey, with
Yeah.
my recommendations that are hidden here, is that question.
Yeah, I know it is, and I'm just thinking, yeah, okay, as long we can do it for the schools, but I think it'd be a little. We're not asking it for the individuals, so I don't think, are we?
Not for the non-formal? No,
No.
no, I'm looking at the formal course.
Right.
Right.
That's important. Okay, I just wanted to get that out of my brain. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, I just need to say, if we get cut off, I will start another meeting and invite you in again. But
Okay.
That's
That's-
fine.
Okay.
Okay, let's move.
That's so nice of you. Let's keep moving on down. Okay, how many?
Okay, how many schools? What?
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm
He's thinking. Go ahead.
How many schools in which you have taught continue to integrate TOW into their curriculum?
yeah.
Okay.
But you're not asking me how much. That's what I was mumbling about. See, I know that, like, for example, the Assembly of God did. But boy, we also know that it was for years afterwards that it was taught.
But
Right.
I'm not sure. I think Ghana Christian University continued with the
Yes,
other
right.
professors, but Lowell, I don't really have the real data to show it would come from other professors.
Well, that's where you would, yeah, this is a guess. You're estimating here.
Okay,
Right,
okay.
right. That's
On there.
okay.
Now, when it comes down and you're going to list later in the formal section, you're going to actually list the schools where you think that have done that.
Okay.
And so
But
you would list Ghana Christian, you would list Ukraine. They still have,
Ukraine has continued.
and
Uh,
also Lithuania Christian University.
Right.
I mean, you've got to. I know this is going to be hard, but you have two of you
Oh no.
to stimulate one another to good
Yeah.
remembrance.
You get numbers and I get numbers. We'll select them.
Okay.
Double,
No,
you get
I'm
double
still-
duty.
I'm still hung up on one little thing. We do know, we could estimate pretty well in some cases how long it continued and how often. I mean, but that's not questions.
No, that's not the question that we're
I
here
know, I know.
because we'll follow that. We're going to follow that up. Of every country, of every school that
Okay.
is,
All right.
then we're going to follow that up. They're going to be getting the next survey
Okay.
and so we'll get that information. But in this
Okay.
survey, we're just getting the general
Okay.
guess.
would it help to put the word approximately in front of the sentence? Approximately how many? And then they're not.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like approximately.
Yeah,
Much
okay.
better. Not estimate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, I should have picked that up. Yeah. And the next one too,
So
approximately.
that approximately would go up in the question of,
Yeah. Here.
and then list the names down there.
All right. Yeah, good,
Okay.
good.
She.
Oh, good, good. You know, this is getting better all the time. It's really very exciting,
Yeah.
honestly.
This is where I think Paul's input would be very valuable, as well as maybe Steve's.
But Paul, for sure. Yeah.
On the next question, we need to do some rewording here. And first of all, there's a spacing thing right after Bible school.
Right.
We need to put a space in there. And then please list the name of the formal grant grant program or that you have taught.
Grant course. Yeah.
Grant course
Yeah.
that has continued ED there has continued.
Okay.
We need to
There
edit
you go.
that a little bit.
Continue to it.
Yeah.
Has
Mhm.
continued. Yeah.
Actually, I did a, let me see here.
Would it be helpful if you sent to Sandra what you've corrected, Larry?
Well, I worded it this way. See what you think of this. Please list the name of the school, University Seminary Bible School, in parentheses, that has continued to integrate TOW into their curriculum following your teaching of a formal grant program there. Does that make sense?
That sounds good.
Just try that last line there again.
Okay, please list the name of the school, paren, University Seminary Bible School, end of paren, that has continued to integrate TOW into their curriculum following your teaching of a formal grant program there.
Now
Okay,
that
okay.
would be,
Yeah, that's good.
that would be good. Yeah.
Okay,
I
Okay.
like that.
If you'll
very
send that,
much.
if you'll send that wording to Sandra, that's good.
okay, I've got that down elsewhere
Okay.
here. Yeah, yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Without grant funding, yeah, okay. I think that's pretty we're using estimate, that's fine. Without, we're gonna capitalize.
Are we talking about where they have taught here?
Well, oh,
See, the
yeah,
above
I see what you mean. Yeah.
says where you've taught. This one doesn't say where you've
Okay,
taught.
okay, yeah. So
Okay.
that would be where you taught.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That has changed.
Did you get that, Sandra?
Yeah.
So going back up, this one right here, estimate the number of TOE courses in a non-formal setting where you have taught without grant funding.
I've reworded this one to go like this. Estimate the number of TOW courses you have taught in a non-formal setting, paren, pastoral network, marketplace network, etc., end of paren, without MSF grant funding.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
So again,
Yeah. These little fine, that's good stuff. Yeah.
so Sandra, if you can send that in, send that to Sandra so she has exact wording, that's great.
Now you notice that here we've got two questions, one question repeated twice.
No, this is where I want to change.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's my problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I just changed that.
Okay, good. All right.
One is with master,
And the
with,
other,
and the other without.
it's the one, that one, the top one, that's where your
Without-
arrow is, it should be
And it
with.
should be with.
That should be
Okay.
with, okay.
Yeah.
So not that. Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I can't take it out, but I'll,
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. I did spot that.
okay.
All right. Going down to the resources, I think at the end of each section, books, videos, and all the rest, yeah, we've got the word other there. That wasn't in there yesterday. The same thing,
Except for the other.
except for the other, yeah.
Now, I see some, Larry, that you and I talked about yesterday. I don't see in there. I was looking at the DVD with George Washington Carver and Amazing Grace, the story of Wilberforce.
Yeah, yeah, those should be in there. Now, the Amazing Grace is, of course, a full movie.
Yeah, that's all right. It's also on DVD.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. Hey, Lowell, did I really get that between heaven and earth? I was pretty sure that was what but you're saying it was something different.
when
No?
heaven, well, yeah, I took it right out of her website. It's when heaven meets earth is,
Okay.
is the official time. Between heaven and earth is a fully featured movie.
Yeah. No,
And-
Yeah, right.
This is,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay. That's what it was. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I thought I was cracking up in my old age, but I am anyway. So,
So in the area, I would move the word other out of
Yeah.
between in the articles and put it at the end, and then other. And the reason for the other is I really think that there might even want to use
Those are books, right?
it is on
Yeah.
books.
Yeah,
It is in books, but I'm thinking, do we, instead of just the word other, do we want to put other in your context?
well, just other, your other or just other.
Well, but what I'm trying to get at is for them to think in terms of their specific context. Other book in your specific context. So it might been, because some of these are written by nationals.
Lowell, I think that we've set it up here in your teaching experience. So I think that's the context right here, the major heading.
Okay,
And
so the word other would work then. I want them to be able to play. If we might not have what the other was in their case.
What I'm going to suggest is this, that we do an other under well, we've got it under books, and I think we need to do that same level under articles and change this other, change this one to miscellaneous, or because we're using other in two different ways here.
Yeah.
But Larry, you're not miscellaneous. Why don't you put stewardship up in the,
Well, stewardship is a PowerPoint,
Okay.
So is John Keane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just think,
go ahead.
We're using the word other two different ways. We've got it one way here and another way here.
Oh, actually, then if we do that, I have several others I'll add later when I do mine.
Okay.
Because I did other in terms of when I did a TOW grant in Myanmar with business as ethics, which was a TOW course.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's that wasn't in the main line.
Should that be included, or is that not in this?
Yes. No, it should be.
Okay.
Well, that's a pretty good list that we have there. I think Paul might be adding, quite a number of more, but I think this is a terrific question. This is a good one. It's going to help very, very much to have them, but one of the things that we missed there, I think.
I see North region, just a second, North, Central Europe, and it has East Africa, West Africa. I did South Africa at Capestone University, Cape Town.
Yeah, but we put South Africa, our courses in with West Africa.
Okay.
Okay. So when we don't, I mean, we've got all sorts of regions that are around there, but it's we've caped them.
Put Africa.
Yeah, we could just put
Africa, because there's been Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, how do you decide West
Cote
and
d'Ivoire is West Africa. It's just French speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And so we divide it because our two focal points in Africa are Ghana and Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
That's the center of our world in Africa at this point.
Well,
we could put
Nigeria is West Africa.
Nigeria is West Africa. Yes.
Very west.
Since you have country down here, they will define themselves, and
very good.
Generally Africa, then they're going to have the country, and you can tell where it was.
Right, and we can always change their, if it doesn't fit our parameters right now, we can move their, if they say South Africa and they don't hit a region up there because they don't see South Africa, just like we were going to put Eastern Europe, because most of our most of our courses are in Eastern Europe.
That's what I was thinking, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever done one in
we haven't.
In Europe.
We should really have maybe Eastern Europe, because that's where our Russian friend from Kiev, the former rector.
Yeah, all of our courses
All
have
of
been
them.
done
Yeah.
in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we left Western Europe to Higginson.
Doesn't the country, the next one down here, doesn't the country answer that then?
Yeah, yes, it
That's a
does.
good point, Larry.
You don't have to be precise up here because this is going to be the precision right here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Was it an urban or rural setting? That's good.
Yeah, best. Hmm.
And you've changed the have to had, right? Sandra.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sandra made. Okay.
Those are good questions. But whenever we get the date, when we get these words, we're going to have to,
So are they gonna be 300 words or 100?
I'm going to push for. I'll push for it. At least 200.
Think in terms, Don, of how long it would take you to write. That's my concern. Is it for some people who are busy and active, they're not going to take a long time to write, and I want to give them permission to think slowly. I mean, to get through it, because that's more important that we get through it than it's actually wordsmithed out in long
I'm
prose.
with you. In fact, I'm with you very much. But it says describe it in about 300. How about in no more than limit your answer to less than 300 or something?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Should we go to 100 words, which is what Larry has suggested?
Lowell, could you give us an example of an answer that you would conceive of for number one here? There's a lot in that question about, we go from what do you value about yourself and then into a totally different kind of thought.
Should we separate it?
Yeah, the process of seeing, I saw that I could take risks. I saw that I could teach something that was totally new to the people. I saw that I could understand a way to connect the whole Bible in a way that hadn't been done before. When we do this interview question with AI about leadership or about whatever the issue, it's amazing what it improved. It gave me a voice. I felt like I had something to contribute. It changed my perception of who I am because they're listening to me. I want to find out what's happened to the teacher in here.
I think maybe points and short phrases, if you only have 100 words.
Well, I was looking for a little bit more too. Yes, what happened about myself and so forth. But I was also looking for those when, in fact, I don't see the question, except maybe down here on these three most important. I was looking for what were the elements of TOW that you found most useful, that had most impact.
That's in question 3. That's down. That's a question that comes a little bit later. Reflecting on your best experience. What are the DNA? What was the best right there?
I did, yes, that I know. But it also it fed back to me as to us as a teacher, and we found that this happened, and my word, the door opened, and so forth.
Yeah, and that could be the case. I agree with you, Don. Yeah.
Yeah. So now along that line, I would like to push for. I wouldn't want to limit it. Are you saying, Larry, limit it to 100 words? On that one, not on that one, would you?
No, I was trying to get an example of to me, the question is worded in a difficult way.
It is, yeah.
So
I'm
I
not too,
was tossing around the idea that maybe to turn it around and say, if you were able to teach something that others saw as risky or even revolutionary in terms of a theological, cultural concept, what about yourself made that possible?
that gets to the point, doesn't it?
So that puts the question
Yes.
that you want to get at the end. You set it up and then you come to the thing at the end. So I don't know.
I'm perfectly happy with
I'm
it.
happy with it.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
Hey, Larry, that is good. First of all, you set the situation and then say, what about you? Were you able to yeah, that's exactly right. Very good.
I'm doing a screen clip
Right.
of this, so
Well done. Well done.
I'm gonna go over and put that down so I can
Write it down. That was very well stated.
Yeah, take your time, Larry. Then I'm going to start looking at the second one.
If we're in agreement with what he's doing there, then he can just send it to Sandra and she'll
Yeah.
Except this, some reason this didn't do a screen clip for me. I'm going to try that one more time, but
I agree with you, Lowell. I know Larry, the way he put it, that is exactly right. So he can do it offline. That would be.
yeah, I'm very comfortable. I see what you're trying to get at, and that's yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to write that down here because I
Yeah, do it before we babble and make you.
Don't lose your thought.
What are we talking about, Gwen? At my age, I'm not sure what we were doing.
Sandra, my dear, you're still coughing.
I hope you're covering your face because I don't want to catch what you've done. Hey,
Okay.
but then
I'll try to reword that one then.
Okay.
That kind of applies to the second question as well, I think. You said
This is the
value.
this is the third question.
No,
right here.
second question.
Second question, yeah.
What was unique, not value, but what was unique about the school that contributed to not unique. What?
Personally, I kind of find that question hard to ask because the context of each one was so different, but
Yeah, I'm having trouble with it.
What if we said something like this? How did the school, context, faculty, staff, students, etc., contribute to the success?
yes.
Whoa, you know what, Larry? You can edit my papers any day. That is exactly the way to do it. Well done. You did that one too. Yeah.
I like that so
I
much
do
better
too.
because
Oh, yeah.
in Kiev, it was really the background of the students
Yes.
coming from
Yeah.
Russian, more
Domination.
oppressed denominations and background and their way of doing business, and the Western thought
Mhm.
that was the greatest thing that brought out the concepts of TOW.
Now remember, Gwen, you and Don are going to have it really tough because you have taught so many places in so many different kinds of contexts and you're going to say, but that was the case here, but over here it was this.
It's different. Every case
Okay.
is
Okay.
different.
Now, what I said to you is both of you are going to do a survey.
Yeah.
So Don can pick out one that was best, and you can pick out one that was
You don't
best.
get to pick my three, and I get to pick
No,
yours.
we've got a fight going on here. I take Asia. I take the Ukraine, and you take.
But this is the hard thing, and yet it's what is really profitable in the AI experience. Is you have to think, man, when this was the best, this is what we did. This is it affected me and it affected the school, and out of that you can focus in and bring back and flesh it out, and even if the 100 words or 200 words or whatever can be done.
I can see that Glenn and I are going to have a little battle royal on this one.
Well, if you think you have a trouble, just think of what Fletcher's going to have to go through in this process. Okay.
Okay, that is excellent on those. Well done, Larry, too. You know, I went right to the heart of the problem.
Now,
Okay, reflecting on your best TOW experiences. Okay.
You can do your 3 and I'll do my 3.
You
You know, it's so interesting because in different contexts, each of these were the more critical element.
Yeah, but we limit this page to what we put in. So
Yeah.
do we have to?
no, that's where, again, I think we should add down here the word other.
Okay.
So and then I put in the possibility of the role of the church as a sending agent of its people to the marketplace. The role of the church as a sending agent of its people to the marketplace could be added there. And the other one is the role of the pastor to steward the gifts and callings of his people in order for the other 6 days of the week.
And Lowell, that is critical. For example, in Wuhan,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where I had a Chinese pastor of a 3-self church, a little pipsqueak of a woman that took 10 people to Bethel to get more TOW and more study from them with Paul.
Yeah.
And it was the
Okay.
role of the
Hey, this is-
pastor supervising her flock of leaders.
Is that okay with you, Larry?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the words values, concepts, DNA.
Yeah.
These above that are showing on the screen right now, I agree with you, Lowell. Those are good ones to add in. These are what I would call truths. The others are probably values or.
So we can add the word truths. I
Yeah.
think
How about,
truths.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to say concepts, maybe principles. Important about, no, that doesn't fit. Sorry, I was yapping. I shouldn't have been.
I could add. I would add. I think that's a good word. Add important truths, values,
Or concepts.
or concepts.
Yeah, leave the values up maybe.
Yeah.
And then in parentheses, the TOW DNA.
Yeah, that would work.
That's
Yeah.
very good. Very good. I think
So add in, Sandra, the word truths, comma, values, comma, concepts, and then in the parentheses put TOW DNA.
Okay, hold on.
Now, does that end up with TOW in the sentence twice then, or?
put it out of that parenthesis. I'm not sure. Is that right?
Where is this at?
Say it again, Lowell.
We're at this question at the top of the page you're looking at right now, Sandra.
Yeah.
What do you
Hold on. Okay.
What do you think about what do you think are the 3 most important values?
Truths, comma, values,
Truths, yeah, truths, comma, values, comma, concepts, and let's take the word DNA out in the TOW message.
Yeah.
That initiated transformation in your course.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, DNA is overused in the wrong context, I think. Yeah.
Truth, values,
Concepts
concepts.
in the TOW message
And initiated, yeah.
should be truths, comma, values, comma, and concepts, or maybe
Yeah.
or concepts.
Yeah, or concepts, I think is a better word, or concepts. And then just forget the parentheses and forget DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
I
good.
think we went over 45 minutes here. We're good.
And then and then you would add my two into that list down here, Sandra, that I sent to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ah, surprisingly feedback. Yeah, that's still a, perhaps we wouldn't need that many words, but on that one I could back down maybe a little bit, but
Yeah, I would again, I'd put 100 words.
I think 100 words is probably good because he's going to have many of these to read from this whole list.
oh,
He.
who's he?
Yeah.
Who's he? Yeah.
Uh, Sandra, put a period after ETC there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. I had 3.
And then I think you should move the one. I think the question's fine, but move the one down so it can so
Yeah.
it's in line with 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Why do you have 5 years?
3 to 5 years because of the possibility, the length of the TOW grant program.
Well, we've been teaching it for 10 years. That was
No.
good.
What's the dreams for the future?
Oh, okay.
That is what that question
It
says.
doesn't say
Hey,
that.
I object to the question.
What are your 3 dreams, wishes for the next 5 years?
Okay, for the next 5 years.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Add the word next.
For the next 5 years. 5 years.
Okay. Thank you.
You don't need TOW in your, you don't need in your context there either. Of teaching TOW, what would they be? You don't need in your context. I wouldn't answer it except.
You kind of know their context
Yeah.
from where they are and their region.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Are we done? Oh, no. I see okay, next.
That's the next part.
Those are the same questions.
Yeah.
Same questions. And I think they all, yeah, let's just go through them. I think the changes will be the same.
Right. I think,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
So for the who was involved, what was accomplished, and all that, you're gonna reword that, right?
I sent it to you.
And would that be 100 words?
Yeah. Yes. I'm.
Oh, like short and brief.
Yeah.
And single words, period.
You know, they say that if you cannot write it on the back of a business card, you really don't know what you're saying yet.
Oh, yeah.
Amen,
I've heard
amen.
that before, but I still need at least 300 to
If you
1,000
can't teach it
words.
to a 5-year-old, you don't know what it's about.
That's right. That's right. Well, it forces a discipline when you have to write it to a compressed, and you just start being jealous of every word. You know, you.
Yes.
Now, and I think
Period.
I think the point of this, Don, for the researcher,
Yeah. Yeah.
is that you look at keywords, you say, I want to follow that up. And if it opens up some thoughts that you want to get to, then the researcher can get on the line and do an interview with the person.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
You know,
Yeah.
say, hey, I would love to hear more about this.
Well, that's what we're going to use that for, I think.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the idea of having little videos. Oh, no.
Because when
Oh,
I
yeah.
hear about what happened, like at Sierra Leone and some of the places that Fletcher has taught, it's going to be, you need follow-up interview.
Yeah.
Sandra will Google this tool here for the surveys. Will they allow you to do a box that limits the words so that they can only put in so many words?
Good question.
Yeah, they limit the characters. So
Yeah.
yeah, they do.
That might be a good thing to do. And then they would be forced then to say what they need to say in a compressed space.
Well, yeah.
Does he have one or what?
Okay. Does Sandra, do you think you have the data? Larry will send you his questions or his rewording of a couple things on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Balls or something like that.
We'll just have to probably rerun it one more time, Lowell, just to make sure.
All right. When Sandra will send it to us, we won't have a meeting on it, but look at it, read through it, and if you see any questions, just make sure you copy everybody on it so we all see it. I mean,
Yeah.
copy your responses and we'll go from there.
And I can open this without a password, right?
Right.
And I've got permission to open mine now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. The other part of this is the way we've agreed on then is to say when we get this, if we get the final run, we say yes, then she'll embed it into the letter. What time, how long, is there a date when we want to shoot for that we're going to send this out? Sandra, you're looking at your schedule because you will have, I've given you all of the emails to you. And who are they going to come back to? Do they come back to all of us when they return it? How are we going to get returns so that we have the data and such?
It will actually go to me.
Okay.
And when it comes to me, then I'll just send you an email saying that we got to respond. And then you can go to the form and go to responses and you can look at it.
Very
Okay,
good.
you'll give us instructions, but on that. So how much time should we give for this? Should we give them a week to do this with the goal that, or 2 weeks? You know, what Larry, what was your luck in your survey?
Well, I didn't have that many. My survey, they had a choice between a paper copy and SurveyMonkey, so I didn't have that many.
Did you put a time limit on them?
Yeah, I think I did. It's been a while. It's been 5 years ago now.
I think we should be a little bit careful. Maybe give them like at least a 2 weeks. Sometimes they're on a trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are very busy. But of course, if you make it too long, they never will get it in.
Right. So if we say 2 weeks from whenever the date is that we start, then at the end of the 2 weeks, we can always send them another email because we can check off the list who we get responses back from. We know that.
That's a good idea.
And then we can recheck because it might, then we can recheck.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a very good idea.
I wondered if, would it be any value, I'm just thinking out loud here, for us to actually, and I'm not sure, Sandra, when we can do this or not, but for us to actually complete the survey ourselves so that we go through and we might identify some problems.
And I think if Paul could complete that,
Yeah, let's do
it would be good to add him possibly to this.
Well, the 3 people who, I mean, are all going to do it. So we can all survey it. So I would suggest, since we have walked through it,
Mhm.
that you do it.
Okay.
The 3 of you do it,
Okay.
and then Paul, Don, and Fletcher do it.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 that have. I mean, the 6 of you have been the most engaged the longest period of time.
That'll be great. That'll be great.
And then we'll get the feedback. And so when we send it, that first one up, well, let's just say in a week.
So that'll be a practice shot for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Sandra will send us the new format, and then we will complete it in a week and send it back.
Yeah.
I'm going to be gone Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but I will be back.
Yeah, so if we do it that way, we can get your feedback, and when we send it out, you can say, by the way, this is your survey, but we are open to any suggestions you have for improvement or
Right.
changes in here. So
Yeah, I think Fletcher adds a different dimension and Paul kind of adds a different dimension, and they've been with us from a long time. I'd like their input too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Well, that's a Paul, because of all the ones, I think he went outside of the kind of source data that we used quite a bit. I mean, because he's, and he and both you and he and Larry, Larry, your context has been kind of broader, and it'll be good to get that, I think.
Paul was our teacher. I couldn't have gone to Lagos without Paul, as you know, Lowell.
yeah, right. I understand that. So maybe there's one other question that since we're concerned that we've mentioned this, maybe we should take and list the kind of course that you taught in your list in there. That was it a basic theology work course? Was it taking your soul to work course? It's a course that's been taught in a broad place. And the third question, was it business ethics?
Oh my goodness gracious, you're absolutely right. That's missing there. In that same question, in the questions that we respond to, it'd be different. Oh, very much different. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So when you're looking at, so we'd add that in both the formal and the non-formal.
Yes. Yes.
So that would be you would be doing another sifting level of data. We'd find out which course, because I know Fletcher has done as many business ethics types of courses as he has done basic courses. In fact, he's never goes any place without going back a second year and making sure they have both. So,
yeah.
And Paul has done more taking your soul to work than he did business. He did the basic and taking your soul to work more than he did the business course.
He did.
Yeah.
And then Larry, it was the other 6 days for sure, and
yeah.
In the church, relating to the outside the church. Yeah.
Yeah, then that would be the basic theology work course, what Larry's done. He's incorporated both as everyone did, but there's specific courses. So
that's important. We need to. Yeah.
So under the survey questions, we need to add a question that would say which of three basic courses in this best, with the course that you're referring to or the course that you are talking about, was it a basic TOW course, was it a taking your soul to work course, or was it a business ethics course?
I like that. What do you think, Larry? I would very much like that.
Yeah, I think they're a little different beasts. So
very different beasts.
Yeah. What was the basic nature of your course? Basic, TOW, taking your soul to work, business ethics, something like that.
Yeah, so we have again 3 dots. They choose one.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Boy.
Which would best describe?
Yeah, there we go.
The course.
The course you were reporting on.
The course you were reporting on. Okay.
But we report on 3 courses, so each one should have that question. Right.
No, you're reporting on 2 courses. You're doing a formal and a non-formal, right? So it would be a course would be question we put in both the formal and the non-formal.
Yeah, I get one of mine.
So would that be at the top? The first. The
Yeah.
first one you asked.
What is the first question in that formal?
It would be the region.
Yeah, no, put the region and the state, and then the third question would be the type of course.
Okay.
He's up there thinking there's food.
All right.
Boy,
Very
this-
good.
You know what? This now it's beginning. You work something like that, it's beginning to shine now. It really is. It's beginning to. Yeah. Well, it took time. That's all. Work it out.
Okay. So we've settled on the basic survey, and with the corrections we've made, we've decided that we're going to have 6 people fill it out. The 3 that are on this right now, and then the 3 that are Larry, Fletcher, Doughton, and Paul. We've chosen the platform we're going to use, and Sandra will embed this and into the letter, and in that letter request that when she gets it all ready and sends it out for this first time, that the letter would say, please have this returned in a week if possible. Okay. And the next time, and we would enlarge it, but if we said a week for the wise ones, and a,
I've put the thing down here for Sandra. I just kind of worded it out there. So
okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
You got that?
Okay. Okay, are we all agreeing with that's what we do? We have you guys, when you fill it out, we'll give you a week to do it.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. All right, is there anything else we need to do tonight?
Eat dinner.
Well, thank you all. And Sandra, I'm going to call you on Skype, and we'll talk through the DVDs that we have to copy for Dawn and Gwen.
Okay.
Okay.
Ron and I are fighting out here who gets which one.
You guys, do you have any need for a recording of this?
Oh,
What?
Oh, you recorded it.
Oh, yeah, it was recorded, but just up to you. I can.
wonderful. Why don't you just send it to us? Then we
I'd like
can
to hear.
listen.
I'd like to know what it sounds like. Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
Okay.
that's-
Larry,
Thank
you
you,
are
everybody.
someday when I grow up, may I be like you.
Oh, you wouldn't want that.
I don't
You
know.
need to sit down and talk to Sharon for a while.
Frankly, I wouldn't like it either. No offense. No offense intended.
All right. Well, let me just pray, and then you guys can go eat. I'll pray for your food. Yeah, Lord, thank you for teams being able to work around the world, and this is just amazing. It gives us an insight of how your Spirit works, and we certainly thank you for the gift of technology to make it possible. And we also thank you for the survey. We ask that it would open the door for us to gain understanding from the last 10 years, and yet to capture potential dreams for the next 5 or 10 years, as long as you make this possible. So we pray for Sandra, pray for her health, and we pray for all of us in our evenings, and Sandra on her new day, that may we bring glory to you through it all. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you, Larry.
I'll call you in
Thank
just a second,
Dawn.
Sandra.
Thank
Bye,
you, Glenn.
Sandra.
Goodbye.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
I need to
Bye.
talk to you about another issue whenever you have time. Okay.